Yeah, g'day, kia ora. Carl Bromley here for Is It Just Me in Christchurch, New Zealand. Coming at you today to wish you a very happy Waitangi Day here in New Zealand. For those watching overseas, Waitangi Day is our national day of celebration to commemorate the Treaty of Waitangi, the signing of a treaty in 1840 to bring two peoples together as one, Kotahi Tangata, was the spirit of the treaty for the Māori who were here, their various hapus and tribes, and for those foreigners who came to make New Zealand their home, primarily from Britain, but also from other countries, of course, including the Dutch, French, etc., etc. But formulating this treaty, which was supposed to symbolize in spirit the unity of a nation, two people becoming one. Now, that's the spirit of the treaty. New Zealand today, unfortunately and sadly, is a complete and utter political, racial nightmare and mess. So, hope you're enjoying Waitangi Day and having a happy one, as it's supposed to be. And the question is, for me, is will New Zealand ever return to being the nation it was intended to be in 1840, Kotahi Tangata, one people, or not? Will the vitriol and hatred and absolute racial decimation, conflict, which has just been fueled and becoming worse day by day, be resolved? Don't want to be a negative Nelly, but I'd say fat chance. And if there was a chance, the only way we'll get back to racial harmony and actually building a mature, healthy, free and loving nation for everyone will be if we get back to the spirit of the treaty, which I believe is captured very well in our New Zealand national anthem. I'm not talking about the redacted version, I'm talking about the unredacted version, the full national anthem. And I'm going to read it out to you today as my Treaty of Waitangi Day contribution for this nation as a patriot. So let me read this full version of the New Zealand national anthem to you. I'm going to include the Māori stanza. In fact, there is a full Māori version of the whole anthem, by the way, although one verse is included in Māori and generally sung today. But you can find this, just go to Wikipedia and look up Wikipedia, God Defend New Zealand. You'll see the whole version. There's actually 5 stanzas in the New Zealand national anthem, plus the Māori stanza that is put in there. And like I said, there is a full Māori translation available as well, which is pretty awesome. So, if, and it's a massive big if we ever got back to the spirit of this anthem, then I think we would have hope of New Zealand returning to the spirit and the heart that it was intended to be when the Treaty of Waitangi was signed. But my hope in that is very slim. I think we'll see the One World Government come in, Antichrist come in, and Christ return and set up his kingdom before that happens. But anyway, hey, I'd love to be proven wrong. It'll be awesome. But let me read to you the full New Zealand national anthem. God of nations, at thy feet, in the bonds of love we meet. Hear our voices, we entreat. God defend our free land. Guard Pacific's triple star. From the shafts of strife and war, make her praises heard afar. God defend New Zealand. Men of every creed and race gather here before thy face, asking thee to bless this place. God defend our free land. From dissension, envy, hate, and corruption, guard our state. Make our country good and great. God defend New Zealand. Peace, not war, shall be our boast. But should foes assail our coast, make us then a mighty host. God defend our free land. Lord of battles, in thy might, put our enemies to flight. Let our cause be just and right. God defend New Zealand. Let our love for thee increase. Give us plenty, give us peace. God defend our free land. From dishonour and shame, guard our country's spotless name. Crown her with immortal fame. God defend New Zealand. May our mountains ever be freedom's ramparts on the sea. Make us faithful unto thee. God, defend our free land. Guard her in the nation's van, preaching love and truth to man, working out thy glorious plan. God, defend New Zealand. And the Māori translation for the Māori verse that is sang traditionally today is, O Lord God of all people, listen to us, cherish us. May goodness flourish, may your blessings flow. Defend us, New Zealand. Wow. That is the spirit of the inception of our nation in 1840. That is the spirit of the Treaty of Waitangi, the intention of it, regardless of the hatred, vitriol, confusion, greed, pride, decimation of that spirit. That was the intention. And it's the spirit of our national anthem that captures that intention, and it's the spirit of our national anthem that made New Zealand the special, wonderful, awesome, beautiful place that used to be called God's Own, where we once lived. And as I said, will we ever get back to that? I think the only chance is if we go back to this national anthem and we recapture the heart, soul, and spirit of that action, of that anthem, in all reality. And then, just then, we might have a hope of returning to and seeing the maturing of Kotahi Tangata, one people. Anyway, hope you're having a great public holiday today. Anyway, lots of love. Araha nui, mā te wā. Talk together later on. God bless you, and may God defend our free land. May God have mercy. May God defend New Zealand.